Just how big is it that you match their physicality? I mean, you look at Pruitt, he's a big guy, and Connor as well. How big is it that you match their physicality?
Oh, we got to. That's something our coaches preach every Saturday, especially with these guys. All the DBs, they're big guys, very physical, so we got to go in there and be physical ourselves.
In terms of kind of getting healthy the past 2 weeks, it looks like you're finally looking like yourself again. When, with that ankle or whatever it was, foot in the preseason, when did you finally get really healthy again and back in shape and all that?
It's been a process, but I'm feeling 100%. So I feel really well with where my ankle is at.
Did it take? I mean, obviously the first couple of games, you weren't out there, and then struggled a little bit when you first got out there. Was it bothering you still at that point? You were trying to fight through it.
I mean, when you're going out there playing on Saturday, I'm not really too worried about the ankles. So I mean, it hadn't been bothering me really.
What makes Ole Miss's secondary so good?
They just work together. Very experienced crew, great athletes. They play the ball well. They don't make any mistakes. Very athletic.
In terms of being out there, I know that that underdog story is something you've sort of relished for a while now. Your story is a good one, coming from where you came from and then coming to JUCO and not even playing a lot of receiver and all this stuff. But when you looked at this kind of depth chart this year with all these guys, was there ever a time when you kind of worried, like, am I going to get myself into the mix here for playing time this season?
No, I really don't worry about playing time, man. I just go out here and control what I can control, and that's just my effort on the practice field and just keeping my head down and working hard every day.
How does it get tougher to do that stuff when early in the season when you're not playing a lot? Is that something that I imagine being a guy who's here, you played a lot in high school, always got the ball growing up and stuff, and to get used to that and not having as much time, how does that not affect your practice and all that?
I mean, of course you want the ball. You want to be out there every play. But, I mean, just keeping in the back of my head that my time will come. So that really drives me every day.
Has it just been opportunity the past couple of weeks? Has that been all that's kind of changed for you? Because it looks like just, when you've gotten chances the past couple of weeks, you've kind of jumped on them. Yeah,
just when my opportunity comes, I just try and make the most of it.
That looks like that kind of out and up 2 weeks in a row. You've kind of run that route, and Worley was saying he doesn't even throw that ball very much in practice. Y'all don't work on that play, but y'all seem to be exactly on the same page with that. Does that surprise you at all? I mean, because those are maybe the best throw that he makes is that one.
Yeah, Worley, he does a great job. Like you said, we don't practice as much, so when it showed up on Saturday, I was really impressed with the throw.
Jonathan, Justin was saying that Ole Miss does a lot to disguise their coverages in the defensive backfield. What can receivers do to kind of help out with that and make things easier for the quarterback?
It's just in the film room, watching film with the quarterbacks, being on the same page, knowing their tendencies. So, I mean, like Worley said, they do a good job disguising coverages. So we just got to stay locked in.
Facing a secondary that gets a lot of interceptions, gets a lot of publicity, does that put a little extra spring in your step this week?
It's every Saturday. I mean, we're excited to play, especially with these guys. It's a good group of guys, very athletic. Like you said, they take the ball away a lot, so it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Are they about those safeties, especially? I know their corners are good too, but are those pair of safeties about as good as y'all have seen this season on film? I mean, they're big hitters. They're making picks. They're returning balls. I mean, they look to be about as good as there is right now.
Yeah, those guys back there, not only can they coverage well, they can come down and make some tackles. So those two back there are pretty as good as it gets.
You've been practicing against Ladero now for 2 years, and he's played just so much better in games this season. And have you seen that stuff in practice? I mean, is he looking that kind of lively and disruptive in practice when y'all are going against him?
Yeah, Ladero, he always comes out here, and I mean he has great practices. So as you can see, it's been carrying on to the game.
And then you're talking about another defensive guy. We see Cam Sutton making a lot of plays, and you've gotten the chance to run against a lot of SEC corners now and practice here in games and things. What is it that makes Cam, so good at what he does?
He's just 100% committed. His work ethic is ridiculous. He watches a ton of film. He loves the game. He comes out here with a great mindset, and so I mean it carries on every Saturday.
I was going to ask you how many times you're on campus.